Carlos, I feel like we ask you about Soto quite often, but as he continues to stack this type of performances back to back to back, what has been the most impressive thing about his season to you?
I mean, I could go a lot of different ways here. When you're talking about the numbers, that's something special. This is something else, you know. Comparing him to some of the greatest players I ever played this game when you look at the numbers. But for me, it's just the person. It's how consistent he is throughout, you know, he's been the whole year. When it was hard for him at the beginning, you know, going through the ups and downs, tough stretches, and the consistency of the personality, his preparation, like never panic, the impact that he has there with the boys, like that for me is what makes who he is. Special guy, special player, and man, it's pretty unbelievable what he's doing.
42nd home run, a new career high, but he's set career highs now in each of the last 3 seasons, including this year. He was always a great hitter, but as you've watched him even from afar and now up close, what has led, do you think, to the type of power production that he's been able to start to consistently produce? Yeah,
I think it's a combination of everything that he does at the plate. His ability to control the strike zone, you know, his bat-to-ball skills, the power, his ability to drive the ball to all fields, his ability to hit righties and lefties. Like, it's just, and then on top of that, just the awareness and the understanding of the situation, what the pitcher's trying to do to him. Like, it's just a complete package there at the box, you know, at the batter's box. So for me, at this point, nothing surprised me anymore, you know, and I feel like he's going to continue to get better. Yes, for me, that's pretty unbelievable.
Andy?
With Sproat, taking aside the fact that inning got a little sideways defensively, what did you see from his stuff?
Yeah, I thought the first 2 innings he was pretty nasty, especially with the way he was using the breaking ball, the sweeper, the curveball. Like, he threw a lot of them, 4 strikes to get chases, to get swing and misses, to get back in counts. The sinker obviously was playing up. And then on that 3rd inning, I thought he lost it a little bit. You know, leadoff walk, then he doesn't make a play. And it kind of got away from him a little bit because he lost the strike zone there for a minute. Then his first and he gets a ground ball, we turn the double play, and he's, you know, one batter from getting out of that inning, and before you know it, they hit some balls really hard there. But I like what I saw. And I think even though he only gave us 4, I was aggressive with him. I thought he could have kept going, but, you know, where we at, every game I'm going to be aggressive when we need to. But I thought it was a positive outing from him.
Was that about 3rd time through the lineup mostly?
Yeah, and then watching those lefties on that 3rd inning, after Woods, Abram, you know, all of the lefties that came in, there was some hard contact from him, you know, from them. So I wasn't going to take any chances there, especially after we got back. And I was, instead of bringing someone with traffic, I wanted to give Brasso or whoever a clean inning, and you know, that was the reason there.
Laura?
With his last 3 outings, how confident are you that Ryan Helsey is kind of getting back to the Ryan Helsey that you were expecting?
Yeah, there's a lot to like. You know, the way the slider, you know, below the strike zone, he's getting chases and swing and misses there. I thought he tried a few times to elevate the fastball, even though he didn't get swing and miss. Thomas, the 9-hole hitter there, still, you know, he was effective enough with the fastball, you know, but I feel like throwing strikes, but executing when he needs to. And we've been saying it, we need him. And this is a guy that's been proven before in this league, and it's good to see him out there in that situation when we're up 2 in the 7th, in high leverage. For him to get 3 outs were huge.
Mark?
Talk to Siri at all after that 4th, and just what did you make of his day today?
No, I mean, he didn't have a good day, obviously. But all I was telling him is just keep your head up, keep going. Like, you know, mistakes happen. You know, I thought he went a long ways for that ball, got there and dropped it, and then a poor route on that ball in the gap. But, you know, I know he could get hard, right? But I think not putting your head down and keep competing, that was pretty much my messaging to him, because, you know, they're going to make errors. It happens. You know, the one thing I don't like is guys kind of putting their head down, and that was basically my conversation with him.
Daniel?
Carlos, la ofensiva del conjunto atacando temprano en la victoria para darle un buen soporte a los abridores, ¿eso es lo que tú quieres y buscas para que haya desahogo?
Sí, mira, nosotros somos un equipo pues que la ofensiva da mucho de qué hablar en la manera positiva. Cuando los 4 o 5 bateadores de line hacen lo que hicieron hoy, pues nosotros somos una ofensiva bastante peligrosa. Lindor, Soto, Pi, Nimo, esos 4 bateadores hoy tuvieron una gran noche. Lo que está haciendo Juan Soto es algo increíble. Nos sigue, ya pues nada nos sorprende a estas alturas. Pero como equipo siento que tuvimos grandes turnos y fue una buena noche ofensivamente para nosotros.
Mike on the right.
Can you talk about Raleigh and the way you just use him whenever, whatever inning, and he's just been doing the job?
Yeah, I mean, and look, man, this is a guy that is coming off a Tommy John surgery, right? And we're using him 3 out of 4. We're using him for 2 ups, multiple innings, and in this case that you mentioned, like as early as the 5th inning, in the 6th, in the 7th, in the 8th. He's a total pro. He's very honest with us, which I appreciate, in letting us know how he's feeling every day. But man, he's to have a guy like that in that bullpen where you could shoot him anywhere. He gives me. It's a luxury, right? So we want to continue to need him, but we got to continue to take care of him as well.
Tim on the left.
What did you think of Lindor's all-around game at the plate and on the bases?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it when he goes, we go. But just hitting line drive all over the field. I like the aggressiveness on the bases. Him taking second base on the last at bat there, going first to third. Taking advantage of some of their defensive mistakes that they had there. So, they know, they understand where we at. And the importance of every pitch, every at-bat, every game. So, and they continue to step up, and we expect this to continue with them.